This video demonstrates a display that allows controllers to monitor potential conflicts in their airspace using direct perception instead of calculation. Controllers use a normal plan view, shown on the left, along with a multi-conflict display, shown on the right. The cross in the centre of the multi-conflict display is the origin of vector space. The red circle represents the minimum safe distance between aircraft. The number of potential conflicts in the environment approximates a squared function of the number of aircraft. As the number of aircraft doubles, the number of conflicts nearly quadruples. This display exploits the nature of vectors to display all of these potential conflicts in a single coherent view. Points in space have position, but no direction or magnitude. Vectors have length and direction, but no position. When people normally speak of graphing vectors, they really mean graphing a combination of vectors and points. Here, we only graph the vectors. They all start at the same origin. In the simplest situation, with a single pair of aircraft, the multi-conflict display shows a single potential conflict. By tracking the way that the vector from one aircraft to another changes, we can clearly see that the aircraft will come within the minimum safe distance, and thus there will be a conflict in the near future. In a slightly more complex scenario, with 3 aircraft, there are 3 possible conflicts. Tracking the orientation and magnitude of the separations, it is immediately obvious that only one of the potential conflicts is of concern. With 4 aircraft, there are 6 potential conflicts. Once again, the potential conflicts, here there are 2, are immediately obvious. When fully implemented, the user will click on a conflict that they need to deal with. The problem pair will be highlighted on the plan view screen, and the controller can then set about resolving the conflict. Here we see a simple plan view on the left and a basic proof of concept of the multi-conflict display on the right. The green dots indicate the most recent vectors, the darker green dots represent the history of the vectors in question. It is very easy to see which pairs of aircraft need monitoring or intervention and which can be safely left alone. Compare the simplicity of finding conflicts in this display with the difficulty of detecting conflicts on the left-hand plan view alone. There are several points to note here. The first is that the display is capable of operating in a 3-dimensional space. We've collapsed the 3 dimensions into 2, allowing the full airspace to be represented on a conventional screen. Secondly, the display is meant to help with the identification of conflicts, not their resolution. The plan view is still necessary for problem solving.